In the coaching industry, not a lot of women coaches are selling $100,000 coaching offers. Many coaches who come into the prosperous womb bring with them their 5K, their 10K, or at most their 25K coaching offer, and they say, look, I want to up level this. I'm being called to up level and to sell $100,000 coaching offers, create big outcomes, exponential results with my clients. Can you make me confident to sell a $100,000 coaching offer? How can I be confident enough to say the investment to work with me is $500,000? Here's the thing, as a coach, I don't teach anyone the how, but I support clients to move through the what's uncomfortable, to move through the insecurity, to move through the non-confidence, to be able to sell without blinking. So how does that work? One of the ways I support clients is called profit from trolls. You see, when clients come to me, it's not just the insecurity of feeling not enough. It's because somebody has said to them, who do you think you are? What makes you think you can do that? Everybody else in the mastermind is selling 10K. Everyone else in the mastermind wants to make 100K months, and you out here trying to make $1 million a month. So there's something that they feel they have to get, do, know, or be to sell at that level. And here's the thing, when it comes to confidence to sell high-ticket coaching offers, when it comes to confidence to create the profit, the impact, the success you want in your life and business, it's your decision to make. No one is coming to save you. No one is coming to give you the how. And if any guru online says to you, oh, I have the template for you to be confident enough to sell a $100,000 coaching offer, it's a lie, okay? In this video, I'm gonna dive into how I support women to get that confidence in high ticket sales, make it their own decision so they step out and do the thing that God is calling them to do. But before we get into the 7 things that high ticket women coaches do differently in their high ticket sales and in their coaching business, I want to ask you a question. What is it that you believe about yourself? What do you think about yourself when it comes to creating an irresistible $100,000 coaching offer that your best high-end coaching clients want? What is it that you think about yourself and you believe about yourself when it comes to positioning that $100,000 coaching offer? What do you think about yourself and what do you believe about yourself when it comes to messaging that offer, marketing that offer, selling that offer, and eventually asking for the sale? Because you see, confidence is based on foundational blocks. It's not some straight line that you do or get from a coach. Confidence is built on building blocks that happen concurrently. So one doesn't have to happen before the other. And these 7 blocks I'm going to share with you today will support you to sell any irresistible coaching offer in any amount to anyone, anywhere, at any time. So let's dive in. The first thing that high-ticket women coaches do differently, the first thing that they do differently is they know without a doubt that God is the one that has given them the power to create wealth. The Bible tells us that in Deuteronomy 8:18, and in 1 Timothy, it also tells us how to use that wealth, what to do with that wealth, how to share that wealth, and how to be a bigger blessing in the world with that wealth. So they know without a doubt that they are partnered with God, Jesus Christ, and the Holy Spirit. Not the God in the sky, the old white man in the sky somewhere they pray to, but the God inside of them, the hope of his glory in the world. So they know that. So they know that about money. That money is a tool. That money is a tool and is part of their legacy. Just like, for example, in the Good Samaritan story, you know the Good Samaritan in the Bible. I asked my Sunday school class, I said, why is it that all these people walked by, but the only person that were focusing on this story is the Good Samaritan? And they said, and these are little kids, and they said it was because he had cash. He had the money to be a blessing to the guy. The other people did not. So they gave their blessing and they walked by because they thought it wasn't enough. They needed the money to support this person. So money is a tool in your legacy. It's one of the tools that God uses to help you to be a blessing in the world, to do his work in the world through you. And high ticket women coaches know that money only solves money problems. So they use it to do God's work in the world, and they create it from a place of money is a tool. It's not the boss of me. That is important when you want to do high ticket sales and when you want to create profits in your business, impact in your business, and success in your business. So that's the first building block, okay? The second one, again, builds on top of number one. And what is that? It's that they step out in faith and they trust God. The Bible reminds us in Proverbs 3, it tells us not to lean on our own understanding, that in all our ways we trust and acknowledge God so that he can lead and direct our paths. And high ticket women coaches partner in the Prosperous Womb. They partner with God, with Jesus the Christ, and the Holy Spirit to guide and direct their path. Why do they do that? Not because God is going to rain money from heaven or rain clients from heaven. God doesn't do that. Nobody's coming to save them. They do this because once they do that, they have that faith and belief in God. It gives them the confidence to believe in themselves that they can develop the skills that they need to sell or to create the offer or to master their messaging. Because one of the things that gives you confidence is when you know that you can develop the skill to do the thing, you get confident. And then when you do the thing, you get a little bit more confident. It's a building block. So once they realize, I can do this, I can develop the skill to build $100 million business. I can develop the skills I need to create $1 million month. Then 99% of resistance goes outside the way. Other women ask, oh, how do I do this? How do I do that? No, once you understand that when you partner with God, his wisdom through you supports you to develop the skills and invest in yourself to do the thing. This is how you run a profitable business, not a business that creates revenue because that's a job, but a profitable business that allows you to be a blessing to others, allows you to sow into God's kingdom, and allows you to live the life that you choose to live in this lifetime, okay? So those are the first two things that I support women in the Prosperous Womb to do. And this is how you take other people's insecurities that they put on you, other people's comments that they make about you, and you start to profit from trolls. And I'll dive deeper into that. The third thing that high ticket women coaches who are confident, who are truly confident, the third thing they do differently is that they don't forget to remember who they are. You see, we all forget to remember who we are. That's why we ask how. That's why we say, oh, I'm going to sell a 15K offer, then a 25K offer, then maybe a 50K offer. No, they come in asking to sell the 100K offer because all their lives in their business, they've been selling 10K offers because that's what the gurus are telling them to do. Create a 10K offer, sell to millions of people and impact millions. While all they want, the desire God has put inside of them, is to create that 100K offer or that 250K offer or that $1 million offer and sell to 1, 2, or 3 people and serve deeper because they know that high ticket coaching is impact, it's depth, it's not volume. And they want to do impact and serve deeper. So they remember who they are. What happens when you remember who you are? When high ticket women coaches remember who they are, they don't need validation from anything or anyone. What does that look like? I'm not on social media. So when these women come from social media and say to me, you know, I've been trying to grow an audience before I can sell, or maybe I need 2 testimonials before I sell. No, you don't need a single testimonial to sell a high ticket coaching offer. You don't need to grow a large audience to sell a high ticket coaching offer. You don't need people to like you. You don't need people to do 100 likes on your videos. You don't need people to do 100 comments. The people who buy from you are never going to comment on your video, probably. Okay? You're never even going to know that they exist. So they don't wait for anything. They step out in faith, believing they have to develop the skill and they're going to do it, believing that the person, the best high fit client for them, is on the other side of that skill. The best high fit client for them, high end coaching client for them, is on the other side of their obedience of doing what God has called them to do. They lead themselves first. They're not waiting for anyone to be the example, to see another black woman who looks like them doing it, to see another person who looks like them doing the skin color, tone color, voice, accent, whatever. They lead themselves first. That is what distinguishes them from everyone else in the coaching industry. And that's why they can quietly sell $100,000 coaching offer, which leads us to the fourth building block, okay? When I was in grad school, it was one of the times I was least confident in my life. I had just graduated from undergrad with multiple degrees, and the dean of the business grad school said to me, I know you want to go to UPenn, but here's the thing. We have a 2-year MBA program, and we want to test drive a 1-year MBA program, and we need someone to do that, and we know you can do it. So here's the thing. We're going to offer you this 1-year MBA program. You're going to do it. We're going to make sure all the professors cancel their summer vacation plans so they can get you up to speed, and you can do the first year's work during the summer, catch up, and join your classmates in the second year so you can graduate together, and you can do it in a year. And I said, oh, sure, okay, whatever. I can do that. So I decided to do it. About probably 5 weeks into the first semester, I went back to the dean and I said, I don't think I can do this. And she said, the curriculum, that's too hard for you? And I said, no, that's easy. The problem is, I don't think all of my classmates are on board with me graduating with them, and it's causing friction and tension. And she said, there's something I'm going to share with you. It's 2 things. And because I know this is not going to be the fastest program you ever do, and I also know this is not the last degree you're going to create for yourself. I also know you want to be a consultant one day, so you need to know this. When people come against you, we didn't call them trolls in the 90s. I don't know what they were called, but there were people who were divisive or who said things about you or who made you feel not enough or who you allowed to make you feel not enough. I allowed them to make me feel like I wasn't good enough to do the thing. And she said to me, those people, there's only 2 ways to look at them. One is they're the ones who are going to work for you, okay? And the second thing is they're the ones who are going to hire you to support them to do the thing that they think you've already done. So don't worry about them. Dismiss them and don't go down to that level. No matter what they say to you, no matter what they do to you, you need to learn how to profit from them. Understood? And I said, sure. And I thought, okay, no, I'm good. I'm confident. So I graduated with my class. I graduated at the top of the class with the class, and I went to law school. And I get to law school, and if you've been in law school, you know it's dog eat dog. It's very competitive. About a couple of weeks into the semester, my criminal law professor, Professor Wonkid, he calls me into his office and he says, Mimi, I'm going to talk to the class about your grades. And I thought, what do you mean? Did I fail? He said, no. I'm going to talk to the class about your grades, and then you're going to be my TA, because the person with the highest grade becomes my teaching assistant. And I believe that at some point in this semester, you're going to have to teach your classmates some of this stuff to get ready for the exams. And I thought, oh, no. That's a setup. They're going to kill me. You can't do that. And he said to me, when they come for you, when they make fun of you, call you whatever, nerd, whatever it is they call you, make fun of you because of you're smart, whatever it is, I want you to learn to, get a backbone, because you're not confident in your abilities. You're not confident in the skills that you have. You're not confident in being a trial lawyer. So I want you to know this one thing. If anybody says anything to you, say this to them. Cream quietly rises to the top. It always rises to the top. And it also quietly, because when they say, well, why are you charging that as a lawyer? Why are you doing this as a lawyer? How come you have this opportunity? It's because cream always rises to the top. And this is what high-ticket women coaches know. Those who are confident know that cream always quietly rises to the top, so they don't have to justify their price. If you look online, every other coach, especially women coaches, are trying to justify their price, explain why they charge this, why they're charging this, what makes them qualified to do the thing. No, high-ticket women coaches, cream rises to the top, baby. So they're good at what they do. They've developed the skills, the mastery. They've invested in themselves. They've done the professional certifications. They have the proficiency. They have the skill set. They have the mastery. They have the tools. They have the training and the experience. And they quietly charge for the future lifetime value of their work. And they sell with integrity, knowing what the outcome is and how that outcome is going to affect their client in 5 years, what that outcome is going to do for their clients in 15 years, in her health or her life or her career or her relationship, how it's going to change her and help her to create the life that she wants and be who God says she is in the world without having to justify anything. I'm going to take a break here and ask you, how is this landing for you? This first 4 things that we've talked about, foundation blocks. Because if you're in high ticket coaching and you have a high ticket coaching offer, or you want to up level the one you have and create a real one that supports you to step out the integrity and sell 100,000 or 250,000 real high ticket coaching offer, then go to profitfromtrolls.com. The link is below, profitfromtrolls.com, and download the free 100K high ticket coaching offer playbook so you can create the offer based on your skills, your expertise, what God is calling you to do, with the applicable Bible scriptures that support and lead and guide you with God's wisdom to create the offer that is for the clients on the other side of your obedience. Go to profitfromtrolls.com. The link is below. So they price unapologetically, don't talk about their pricing, they just charge. They put it on their website. Everyone knows the investment to work with a high ticket woman coach who is confident. Number 5, the 5th building block. When they don't apologize, when they know who they are, when they know the value of the work, they remember who God says they are. They don't have to ask questions or validate themselves. They show up fully. That's the 5th building block. They show up fully. It's the thing that differentiates them. They don't water down their messaging. They don't filter their messaging. They don't edit their messaging. They show up as who God says they are, God in them, the hope of his glory, doing their work, doing his work in the world. They don't have to post their Stripe accounts. They don't have to post their balance sheets online. They don't have to tell people how much they make every month. They show up and they take themselves out of the picture. And they create messaging and content that affects and directly impacts the outcomes and results their clients want from the offers that they sell. They take themselves out of the picture because they respect the client enough to understand the client at every single level, so they know who she is, what the client wants, what is important to the client, what is most valuable to the client, what the client cares about the most, and how the client believes that offer result is going to impact her life, her health, or her relationship. And they focus on that so the client knows that they see the client, they recognize the client, they hear the client, and they resonate deeply with the client. The client sees that and says, oh my gosh, where she been all my life? Not because she's famous on YouTube, not because she has 1 million subscribers, but simply because she took the time to take herself out of the picture and understand what the client wants. She put the focus on the client. For the first time, the client remembers who she is based on the content and the messaging. High ticket women coaches who are confident do that. They don't talk about their Stripe accounts. They don't talk about anything but the client. They're here for the work God has called them to do. Their obedience is on the other side of that message for the client, not for themselves. They don't play a different character. Basic coaches show up online and play different characters. They don't be who they are. They don't do what God has called them to do. They try to blend in with everybody else. They try to lower the price so that everybody can afford them. No, that's basic. To be a confident high-ticket woman coach who is obedient to the calling of God on her life, for the desires God has put in her heart, for the people that God has put her here to bless, you do and be who God says you are. The 6th building block is that they don't compare themselves to anyone else. Basic coaches are always comparing themselves to this person and that person. Then they tweak their messaging to fit that person. They tweak their pricing to fit this person. They tweak everything in their lives to conform with what everybody else in the mainstream coaching industry is doing. But a confident high-ticket woman coach in her coaching business and in her high-ticket sales does not compare herself to anyone else because there's no competition. Why? When you're a confident high-ticket woman coach, you try to do better than you did 5 minutes ago. The only competition you have is how you believe you could have shown up better or done better 5 minutes ago. Not vis-a-vis what somebody else is doing, but vis-a-vis who God says you are in your life and in your work. So no competition. And number 7, there's also a bonus. Number 8, I forgot about that. Number 7 is that they always ask for the sale. The difference between a confident high-ticket woman coach is that she can ask for the sale. Everybody else goes, how do I sell? Do I need a script? What's the best script? She asks for the sale. And you know, one of the things that I really want to dive into the coaching industry, which is why I'm writing my first high-ticket sales book, Asking for the Sale, is because the asking for the sale the old way is dead. And confident high-ticket women coaches know that. So they're not out there looking for scripts or looking for how to build rapport. They show up confidently and ask for the sale, either by asking for the sale or supporting their client with the content, with the messaging, with a reasonable expectation that supports the client to trust herself, not to trust the coach, to trust herself, to be confident enough in herself, to raise her hand and ask for the sale. And I dive into that in at least 600 videos on this channel, so hit subscribe and watch those videos. Now the bonus, number 8, emotional mastery. Emotional mastery is what makes high-ticket women coaches millions of dollars. When you master your emotions, trolls don't exist. When you master your emotion, there's no competition. When you master your emotion, you turn everything the trolls say to you, the naysayers say, the peanut galleries say, put it in your content and your messaging, and that becomes the powerful tool that does sales for you. Let me know how this lands for you, and welcome to the Prosperous Womb.